Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEConstruction@gmail.com.
Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Lightning Exteriors is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. At Lightning Exteriors, we offer a comprehensive range of exterior services to cater to your specific needs. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, or other exterior enhancements, our team has the expertise and experience to deliver exceptional results. We understand the unique challenges of our regions and ensure that our solutions are tailored to withstand the local climate conditions. To learn more, head over to lightning-exteriors.com. Truck Center Companies is one of the largest Freightliner/Western Star truck dealerships in the U.S. with locations in 18 cities across the Midwest. In business since 1975, our product line features Freightliner, Western Star, Thomas-built buses, and Ottawa trucks. TCC also provides parts and service, full maintenance, fleet management, leasing and rental, and even has on-site body shops at several locations to help get you back on the road and keep you there. Visit truckcentercompanies.com for more information. Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Valley, Nebraska, Chris Frank Field, Frost Family Stadium. Here at the 2024 Class B State Junior Championship Series, game number 11, which features the visitors West Point and the home team Central City. Here are the starting lineups for today's game. First, for West Point Bombers, leading off the shortstop number 2, Isaac Gunther. Batting second, the second baseman number 1, Luke Gunther. Batting third, the center fielder, number 11, Elliot Reason. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 9, Colby Anderson. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 13, Bryce Popkins. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 24, Buck Steffen. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 12, Mav Smith. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 17, Ryder Anderson Ray. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 5, Mason Tell. Your non-starters, number 3, Josh Snodgrass. Number 4, Chase Brester. Number 6, Hayden Hackle. Number 16, Hudson Bramlett. And number 18, Henry Waldrick. The coaches for the Bombers, Bruce Schlecht, Rod Schlecht, Jake Hohenthaler, Jared Minnick, and Brendan Reff. And now for the home team, Central City. Leading off the DH, number 23, Quinn Jensen. Batting 2, the catcher, number 7, Oliver Herman. Batting 3, the center fielder, number 33, Connor Erickson. Batting 4, the pitcher, number 4, Colvin Peters. Batting 5th, the left fielder, number 6, Caden Morner. Batting 6th, he's batting 5th. Batting 6, the third baseman, number 25, Logan McKeener. Batting 7th, the first baseman, number 12, Coulter Luters. Batting 8th, the second baseman, number 1, Parker Zickman. And batting 9th, the shortstop, number 3, Martin Gonzalez. And playing right field, number 10, Jacob Brazzi. The non-starters, number 9, Angelo Pazzi. Number 32, Brian Redmond. Number 35, Jackson Gustafson. Number 24, Luke Picard. Number 22, Talon Kelso. Number 28, Trent Detlefson. And number 36, Tristan Richardson. Head coach, Ben Nelson. Assistant coaches, Douglas Erickson, Scott Erickson, and Brandon Detlefson. Now, gentlemen, go ahead and face me. Right hand up and repeat after me. I will keep the rules, keep faith with my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a stout heart in defeat, keep my pride under in victory, keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. All right, gentlemen, good luck to both teams, and let's play ball.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical, one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball.
A good evening and welcome to Frost Family Stadium. Chris Frank Field, Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond here with you on BSDN Live for game number 11 of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament between the two undefeated teams remaining in this now tournament of 4. Central City, it's a pop-up to first. Looters is there, 1 up, 1 down for West Point here in inning number 1.
Isaac Gunther pops out to the first baseman for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the second baseman, number 1, Luke Gunther.
So 1 up, 1 down as it's Central City taking on West Point. Both teams undefeated here in this double elimination bracket, as now an 8-team field has been cut in half. 4 teams remain. These two are the only undefeated. As Central City, they won game number 1 over Brester Construction in a run rule 8-0. And then yesterday afternoon defeated Crete in a back and forth really good game 7-4. West Point, they defeated Waterloo Valley in a run rule 9-0. And then Elliott Reeson was spectacular on the mound against Alliance, shutting down the Spartans lineup and winning 6-0 last night. So West Point, they're in the white jerseys, white pants, red numbers, and black trim. Central City here in the green jerseys with white numbers, gold trim, and white pants. A beautiful night in Valley, Nebraska with the sun setting. It is 81 degrees, warm, still no wind, and the hits Luke Gunther, and so he's on with 1 out.
Luke Gunther hit by pitch. That'll now bring up the center fielder, number 11, Elliott Reason.
We appreciate all of our sponsors for making this broadcast happen in the bottom right corner. We wouldn't do this without them, and let's take a look at who's on the mound tonight for Central City. It's Colbin Peters out there, the right-hander. And we'll take a look at his numbers once we talk about his defense after his first pitch into Elliott Reason. That's in there for a strike. It's Caden Warner in left, Erickson in center. Brazzi's out in right, Vakiner at third, Gonzalez at short, Parker Zickman at second, Coulter Looters at first. Peters on the mound, and Herman is in the gear behind home plate. And Matt, we've seen some good baseball, but these two have been really good and definitely hot at the right time.
Yeah, they've the biggest thing with them, they've had good pitching.
Yes.
Hit and run.
This is hit up the middle, and
Oh, nice catch.
wow,
They can
really
double 'em
nice
up, double
catch
'em
by
up.
Brazzi. They throw it back to first,
Ooh.
and Gunther slides back safely, but a really nice catch out in the right center field gap by Brazzi, and there's two away.
Reason flies out deep to right center for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the third baseman, number 9, Colby Anderson.
So Reason is down, and here's the third baseman, Colby Anderson, into the plate.
But yeah, that's so the big key has been they've had good pitching, both teams, and the bottom of the order have been very successful in this tournament so far. And I think we've talked about that earlier in earlier broadcasts about how important that's been.
Yes.
To have that bottom of the order. The teams that have been more successful in that game has usually your bottom of the orders come through. Hence the last game we had, which was a very good game. Both bottom of the orders actually did a really
Both
good
bottom
job.
of the orders, and Lincoln Christian did some damage with 2 outs as well. But yeah, these are the two prime examples of teams who have done really well in the bottom of the order. I mean, Mason Tell for West Point was the player of the game for the Bombers in game number 1. He bats 9th in their lineup. And then for Central City, in game number 1, we talked to batter number 8 in the lineup, Parker Zickman, with how well he did in the bottom of the order in game number 1 against Lincoln Christian. So how the rest of the bracket looks here in this Class B Junior State Tournament. Today, game number 1 featured Crete and ETC Mount Michael. I'm just going to say a shocking game that was. Crete led 4-1 going into the top of the 5th inning, and Mount Michael scored 14 runs in the top of the 5th and won 15-5. Pickoff play, and oh man, Herman thought that Peters picked him off and started going into the dugout and almost did, but Gunther's back safely. Central City had a pickoff play at first yesterday against Crete that was really effective. This is off the end of the bat down the right field line, foul. So ETC Mount Michael takes out Crete, and Lincoln Christian holds on to defeat Alliance in another 6-5 win. So Lincoln Christian has won back-to-back games in the losers bracket, 6-5 over Minden and 6-5 over Alliance. So both ETC Mount Michael and Lincoln Christian lost in day number 1, and they're both still alive after day number 3. Coming out of the losers bracket. Sometimes, Matt, you just create a little momentum when your back's against the wall.
That you do.
So Central City and West Point, how this bracket works, Central City already played Lincoln Christian, so they can't play them again. So no matter what happens for Central City, they know that they'll be taking on ETC Mount Michael. The question is, what time will it be? It'll either be at 4 o'clock if they lose here tonight to West Point. It'll be at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. If Central City wins, it'll be tomorrow night at 7, and Colbin Peters gets a strikeout to end the side. No hits, no walks, no runs, and 1 left on for the Bombers as we go to the bottom of the first scoreless on BSDN Live.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
And welcome back to Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field with the lights on in Valley, Nebraska. Austin McNorton and Jonas Mears Richmond here with you for game number 3 of day number 3. It is the Central City squad taking on the Bombers of West Point here in the bottom of the first. After West Point gets on with the hit batter and leaves them stranded, it's now the 1-2-3 hitters due up for Central City, and that'll bring up the DH tonight, Quinn Jensen. He will be batting in the right-hand box against Bryce Popkin, the right-hander out on the mound for the Bombers of West Point. And let's take a look at how this West Point defense shakes up. It's Steffen in left, Reeson in center, Ryder Anderson Ray in right, Anderson at third, Gunther at short, the other Gunther at second, Smith at first. Long run over in left field is foul. Popkin on the mound, and Mason Tell in the catcher's gear is behind home plate. Central City again coming off their win yesterday afternoon against Crete 7-4 in a back-and-forth game. Taking a look at how Quinn Jensen did in the batter's box as he pops this one up in play, foul territory, and caught by Mason Tell. And it's 1 up, 1 down for Bryce Popkin. So here comes the other catcher in the ball game, Oliver Herman. He was yesterday's player of the game for Central City as he pitched really well against Crete, going all the way until the 7th inning when Colbin Peters, who's pitching tonight for Central City, came in relief to finish the job. And so he bats now. He went 1 for 3 yesterday against Crete with a single and a run scored. He was also hit by a pitch. And so he stands in after a talk with the umpire, and he's behind in the count 0-2 against Bryce Popkin. And we'll pull up his numbers. And it's a dropped third strike, and Herman tries to do a little bit of dancing. But he's out. 2 up, 2 down for Bryce Popkin on the mound. And how much confidence does that give you, Jonas? Because we know this Central City lineup is really deep, really good, really talented to start out the night saying, all right, my 2 guys that I faced, and Oliver Herman being one of the best batters, you get out. Now, this is the toughest at-bat, and right on cue, it's down into center field past the diving glove of Reeson. So I say, you get the first 2 guys out. You needed to get Connor Erickson out because he's the toughest guy to get out. But does that create any kind of confidence of saying, all right, I know I got 2 outs now at least?
Yeah, it definitely does. Knowing that, especially getting a strike 3 call on a swinging batter like that on a check is definitely going to give you confidence. And just knowing your defense is behind you, they're going to have a lot more confidence as well, knowing you're throwing strikes against their top batters.
So Connor Erickson continues to be red hot for Central City with a 1-pitch single, and he stands at first with 2 away for the pitcher, Colbin Peters, standing in. Colbin went 2 for 4 yesterday against Crete with 2 singles. And looks at a really good located pitch from Popkin in the bottom right corner. Going back to Connor Erickson, he went 2 for 3 yesterday with a double, a single, a walk, and a run scored. he's been pretty special in this tournament. Good fan support. A pitch out down to second, and Erickson is down off a great throw from Mason Tell. A perfectly executed pitch out by West Point to end the inning. We're scoreless on BSDN Live, going to the second, and we'll be right back.
For the third out of the inning.
Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Austin McNorton and Jonas Mears Richmond back here with you on BSD and live from Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field for the two undefeated teams remaining in the Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. It's Central City and the Bombers of West Point scoreless going into the second right here on BSD and Live. Thanks to all of our sponsors for making this happen in the bottom right corner of your screen that you see. Two great fan bases here for this one, just like we expected. They've been loud and happy as both their teams have not lost. Central City brought another great crowd here on a Monday night, and West Point once again fills up their side of the stands as well down the first base side. Central City wins the coin toss. They're the home team. That's why they're off to the third base dugout batting second. West Point off to the first base dugout here at Chris Frank Field. And this is roped into center field. A leadoff single for the pitcher, Bryce Popkin, who's doing a little bit of everything. And it just kind of feels like with that pickoff play, Jonas, that West Point has, just like that, you talked about that ball's bigger at the plate.
Oh, yeah. It's just momentum and then the adrenaline coming in from the dugout, from the outfield or whatever. And the team's going to be ecstatic after that.
Take us through how that pitch out worked. Did Central City, there was a lot of dancing over there by Connor Erickson. Do you feel like Mason Tell kind of sniffed that out and called the pitch out?
Definitely. I think the catcher saw that, especially seeing the game. Central City right before them, watching them a little bit, how they play, and then seeing them just dancing out there and then calling the pitch out to get a great play at second.
So West Point, Buck Steffen, the left fielder, stands in, shows bunt, and ducks out of the way. A pickoff play back to first, but Luders is way off the bag, so Popkin walks back there safely. It's the courtesy runner over there for West Point. Yeah, it's number 3 for West Point, and that is Josh Snodgrass. And this is roped into left center field. Back-to-back Bomber singles, and they have 2 on with nobody out.
Second with a base hit to left. Gonna now bring up the first baseman, number 12, Mav Smith.
Mav Smith comes on now, coming over from the first base defensively for West Point. With 2 on and nobody out, and Luders is in on the grass expecting a bunt. He will pick it up. Only play is to first, so great job by Mav Smith doing his job perfectly and advancing Popkin over to third, Steffen up to second, and there's 1 away.
With a sac bunt for the first out of the inning.
So why, in that situation, and it was executed perfectly, why did Mav Smith want to go down the first base line there, Jonas, in the bunt scenario?
Well, seeing that they're playing Third base is up a little bit. They're going to have second base cover second. Shortstop's going to go to third. First base is going to stay there. So you want to push it to third base, make the pitcher and the third base and shortstop communicate and try to make a play and maybe see something happen. Ball thrown somewhere they shouldn't be. But Central City did great on that play.
So executed well by both teams. This gets away from Herman. This will be a close play, and Central City gets the tag out on Bryce on Snodgrass. Snodgrass felt like it was just a little bit too late deciding whether he wanted to go or not, and that's a big out number 2, Jonas.
Absolutely.
Stephan advances to third, but now there's 2 outs for West Point. A big play from Oliver Herman and Colbin Peters, executed well at the plate. Do you feel like he just hesitated too much instead of going right away? What was the reasoning for getting tagged out, or was it just a good play by Herman?
It was definitely not just him hesitating, it's him stopping his feet at third. He knew he wanted to go, but his lower half just stopped, so it made him lose all momentum going home, and then that backstop just being cushioned and then just hit perfectly off that for him.
So it worked out well for Herman, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. The leading run stands over at third for West Point. And Jonas, this feels like now this could shift the momentum back to Central City if they get out of this without giving up a run.
Yes.
It's Ryder Anderson Ray in the batter's box right now. He's out in right field defensively for the Bombers. And taking a look at what he did, swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Colbin Peters gets out of a jam, giving up 2 hits, no walks, no runs, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the second, scoreless on BSDN Live. Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Then in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Austin McNorton and Jonas Mears Richmond back here with you in the bottom of the second, scoreless between West Point and Central City. It's the 4, 5, 6 batters due up here for Central City in the bottom of the second, as Colbin Peters was left standing in the batter's box when inning number 1 ended when Connor Erickson got thrown out trying to steal second for out number 3, and he ropes one into left, and it gets under the glove of Stephan, but Peters doesn't advance anywhere, so it's a leadoff single for the pitcher in Central City. And Jonas, it just feels like after giving up the 2 leadoff singles there for West Point in the top of the second and them not scoring any runs, that Central City is like, all right, now it's time to capitalize with the game being tied at zeros.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's a lot of momentum shifts going on here.
Yeah, then that's just kind of what we've seen all day long between Crete and ETC. ETC led it 1-0. Crete came back and led 4-1, and then ETC had the most insane inning I've seen all summer scoring 14 runs and winning 15-5 after they were trailing 4-1. They then won it 15-5 in just one inning. In game number 2 today, between Alliance and Lincoln Christian led, and then Alliance would come back and take the lead. Then Lincoln Christian would take the lead right back and push that lead out. And Alliance came all the way back, and it was just back and forth, and it was just a one-run game. It felt like the entire day. And a pickoff play goes away from Smith, and the courtesy runner for Central City now moves into scoring position with nobody out. A risky play and one that didn't pay off there, Jonas.
No, not at all.
So it's Potsy out there at second for Central City as the courtesy runner. And Caden Mourner in the batter's box, the left fielder for Central City. So it's just been a game of momentum. It's just been a day of momentum shifts for sure here in Valley. And wow, somehow that didn't make contact with Caden. He kind of ducked out of the way at the last second. And everyone tuning in on BSDN Live, we appreciate all the views, all of our sponsors, and we'll give shout-outs to players, who you're rooting for, all that kind of good stuff. As there's a runner at second with nobody out, and there it did. Yeah, you wondered how the first one didn't hit him. That time it did hit him, and Caden Mourner is on.
It was bound to happen.
It was, yeah. It was deserved. Somehow the last pitch didn't make contact. That one does. So Central City has 2 on now with nobody out, just like West Point did in the top of this inning. They had 2 on, nobody out, and were not able to score a run. So Central City trying to take advantage with 2 on and nobody out, with the third baseman Logan Vakiner stepping into the right-hand batter's box. But like I was saying, we'll take any kind of shout-outs, who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. We like knowing that kind of details. Carrie Collingham says, let's go Central City boys, as she is definitely cheering on her kid out there. In Potsy at second, number 9 out there, representing the leading run for Central City, standing in scoring position. Bunt goes foul behind Vakiner. And also giving a shout-out is Tyler Gall. He says, let's go Central City. So appreciate those 2 comments. We'll be sure to shout out anybody else who leaves a comment in the chat, in that live chat feature, a part of our YouTube channel. We appreciate all the views that we've been getting, and we wouldn't be able to do it without all the sponsors. We've had some unbelievable baseball games, too. I mean, this tournament has been filled with some gems. Going back to day number 1, Crete won with a tying run standing at third. They held on to win. Central City was dominant against a really good Lincoln Christian team who's still alive. 8-0. Alliance won in a walk-off over ETC Mount Michael. That was all day number 1. Day number 2, Lincoln Christian, as this one gets away from Tell, and now the leading run stands at third with nobody out and still runners at the corners. Lincoln Christian held off a late charge from Minden in day number 2, 6-5. And then the Crete and Central City game was back and forth the whole way. Central City won 7-4. The day number 3 has featured all great games, with the most insane inning I've ever seen. ETC defeating Crete 15-5, scoring 14 runs in 1 inning. And then Lincoln Christian was able to hold off a late charge from Alliance 6-5 again. And this game already, it just feels like there's a lot of energy here for this one, Jonas, between these 2 fan bases.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's good to see a lot of fans out here for a young fan base.
Yeah, for some of these juniors and sophomores and just the young kids that we have in this tournament, it's been awesome how well these 2 communities have showed out for some of the younger athletes. As Mourner advances to second, Vakiner stands at first. Bases are loaded. And right now, Jonas, what's head coach Bruce Schleck talking to his defense about on how to attack this? Because believe it or not, the 7-8-9 batters for Central City doesn't get any easier.
No, not at all. The bottom of their lineup has been hitting all tournament. And the coach is definitely going up to them, letting them know that these guys are going to go up and hit. So let's try to turn a play here. If anything's in the air, get it to your cut, and let's try to get a double play or something. But just stay calm and throw strikes here, kid.
So in a play like this, are you hoping you're able to get it to 4? Or are you just trying to get a sure route in this scenario?
Honestly, when I play center field, I'm dying for something in the air. So
okay.
I'm hoping for something shallow, something I can get, and then try to laser over the first baseman's head as my cut. If he catches it, he catches it. But if not, it's going to get to that catcher's glove, and I can hopefully make a play at home for that double play and then get a good momentum switch.
We'll see if Coulter Luters can come through for Central City. The first baseman for the team in green steps up with nobody out and the bases loaded. Luters yesterday afternoon, he went 0 for 2 with a line out and a ground out, but he also walked and scored a run. This one's popped up in foul territory. Best case scenario for West Point. They get an infield pop-up in foul territory. Anderson makes the catch. Luters slams his bat in frustration, and there's one away. Absolutely the best case scenario right there, Jonas.
Oh, yeah. Definitely the coach coming out there to calm them down and get the timing different from those players. Definitely helped.
I mean, that's just as good as a strikeout right there. Nobody moves. It's in foul territory. Now a play hit over to third. It gets under the glove of Anderson. That's an RBI for Parker Zigman, and Central City has the lead.
Zigman reaches on the air. Run scores. That'll now bring up the shortstop, number 3, Martin Gonzalez.
So that'll go down as an E5 against Anderson over there at third. It went under his glove. Advancing from third was Colvin Peters, and this one gets away from Tell, and kind of surprising that Caden Warner didn't go. I just don't think he got a good enough read initially off the bounce, and so he didn't want to get thrown out at home like West Point did in the top of this inning.
Yeah, no, he definitely didn't have a good read or a good jump. His lead was a little passive, too. Wasn't really off the bag, but that's a safe call right there.
So standing at third is Caden Warner. At second is Logan Vakiner as he walked, and Parker Zigman stands at first after reaching on the error that brought in a run. Pitch outside, there's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases loaded. Central City trying to turn a good inning into a great inning right here with the bases loaded, and they've been good in the bottom of the lineup in this kind of a spot this tournament. Zigman especially has been spectacular, but Martin Gonzalez standing in has been pretty darn good as well. He was 1 for 2 yesterday with an RBI single and a walk and a run scored. So it just, when a team is 27-0, you look at why. Those are some of the reasons why, when the bottom of the order is so consistently coming through. Because right now, Martin Gonzalez is in a very great spot with a 3-1 count. Green light here?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I like the aggressiveness. We'll see. Third base coach Mears Richmond says swinging all the way. He is. Hits it up the middle. Gunther to second for 1. Over to first. Oh, a sliding play. Gonzalez beats the double play to drive in a run on the slide to first. I love that.
Reaches on the fielder's choice.
That's a great effort by that guy right there. You know, swinging into 3-1, that's not what you want to do, especially roll over to the shortstop or in the middle of the infield. But he made up for it, got the RBI, and outran it at first.
Caden Warner advances from third. Vakiner stands at third. Parker Zigman got thrown out at second, and Gonzalez slid head first into the bag at first and got there safely, making Central City's lead 2-0 with 2 outs and runners at the corners. That tells you, and I know we've talked about it for the Central City team, and every team wants this badly, but for a team who's undefeated, Jonas, they don't just go through the motions as like, all right, we're undefeated, this is what we do, we win games. They fight for every single little thing.
Yeah.
Sliding into first is an unbelievable amount of effort.
Yes, it is. They have that Mamba mentality.
Oh, all right. I like it. I like it. They just, and we saw that from them yesterday, and wow, a hit through the hole on the left side. Anderson tried to make a diving catch over at third. Another RBI for Central City. That belongs to Quinn Jensen, and Central City leads 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. And Jonas, the other thing to point out, with 2 outs, coming through the top of the order with 2 outs. That's the difference.
Yeah, certainly something great to see from your number one batter, and as a guy that's an 8th grader, going to be a freshman, something great you want to see, especially as a coach.
Inside, fouled off down third. So Quinn Jensen is on. Advancing to second is Martin Gonzalez. Standing at first is Quinn Jensen. The 0-1 count, 2 outs. It's been 2 hits, 1 walk. Two on right now, 3 across for Central City. Batter number 2, Oliver Herman, who struck out his first time up against Bryce Popkin. That was in the last inning number 1. And he calls time. It was granted. I didn't think it was going to get granted.
Looks a little late there.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was too. And it was a strike right down the center too, so I bet Popkins kind of scratching his head a little bit like, oh, come on now. I thought he had it. And he throws a strike anyway, so ended up working out. And we'll try and take a look at Popkins' numbers here if we get a chance before this comes to an end. 2 on, 2 outs, a 1-2 count for Oliver Herman at the plate. The yellow gloves, the pitch skips in. Looking at Bryce Popkin, 29 innings pitched this summer. He's played in 9 games, started in 5 of them, a 4-3 win-loss record. He's given up 25 hits, 12 earned runs. He's walked 20, struck out 23 with a 2.89 ERA. Chopper hit over to third. Anderson will just lay the tag down. Yep, he got the tag down on the lead base runner, Martin Gonzalez, to end the inning. But it's 2 hits, 1 walk, 3 runs, and 2 left on for Central City. They lead 3-0 going to the third on BSDN Live. The 9-1-2 hitter is due up for the Bombers when we come back on BSDN Live.
2 left on.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall. The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts. Lightning Exteriors is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. At Lightning Exteriors, we offer a comprehensive range of exterior services to cater to your specific needs. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, or other exterior enhancements, our team has the expertise and experience to deliver exceptional results. We understand the unique challenges of our regions and ensure that our solutions are tailored to withstand the local climate conditions. To learn more, head over to lightning-exteriors.com. Austin McNorton and Jonas Mears Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live for game number 3 of day number 3 of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament, hosted at Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field. We go to the top of the third after Central City scores 3 runs on 2 hits and a walk. In the bottom of the second, Mason Tell past the diving glove of Gonzalez into left. And boy, batter number 9, catcher Mason Tell has been spectacular for the West Point Bombers in this tournament. We'll have a courtesy runner out there at first for him.
Tell with a base hit, courtesy running number 3, Josh Snodgrass. Then I'll bring us back to the top of the order with the shortstop, number 2, Isaac Gunther.
So that's base hit number 3 for West Point. And back-to-back innings, they've gotten a leadoff single. They had 2 singles in a row in the second inning, and they couldn't bring either home as Josh Snodgrass, who's running out there now, he got tagged out trying to steal home on a wild pitch. And Buck Steffen was left at third after Ryder Anderson Ray struck out swinging. So it's the top of the order now. Isaac Gunther up, and he fouls one off the end of the bat and out of play. But Mason Tell has been red hot for West Point of just being a batter who in the bottom of the order to be able to get on base for this Bombers team. And this one gets away from Herman. Snodgrass throw down to second, and Snodgrass beats it. He's in a scoring position now with nobody out. Herman made a really decent throw, but just to the wrong side of the bag. Had that been to the right side, Jonas, he might have beat him.
Oh, I definitely think he would have had him.
Again, he's gotten some good bounces, and this is roped and caught by Mourner out there and left. Just got under it enough, and there's one away.
No, hit the ground first.
Oh, it did. Boy, what am I looking at? It just bounced in front of Mourner out there and left, and there's 2 on again. Another opportunity here, Jonas, for the Bombers. Back-to-back base hits, just like it was in the second inning. Got to find a way to take advantage in this situation, though.
Yes.
And you're at the top of your order in order to do so. Good breaking ball there from Colbin Peters. Freezes Luke Gunther in the batter's box now. Luke, a .431 batting average, a .519 on base percentage, so right guy in the right spot here for the Bombers. He's their best bat, and he sends one through the hole on the left side. That'll load him. Actually rounding, oh man. Snodgrass had the sign to go, but he elects to stay, and the bases are loaded. And I think that was probably the right move because it was a good relay from Mourner out and left.
Yeah, he definitely would have been canned at home.
But, wow, 3 straight singles for West Point, and they're in business. Snodgrass stands at third, Gunther at second, Luke Gunther at first, Elliot Reeson in the batter's box. Bases loaded here for West Point and nobody out. And here's the first pitch into Elliot Reeson, who was last night's player of the game for West Point against Alliance, where he, through a complete game, shutout and was special on the mound. There's a pitch inside. As far as batting for Elliot Reeson, he went 0 for 4. So he's due in the batter's box, even though he was so dominant on the mound. He's looking to come through, and this gets under the glove of Herman, and he didn't get that good of a bounce off the backstop this time, but Snodgrass has been thrown out once trying to get home, and I don't think he wanted to do it again.
I don't blame him. Seeing where you are in the lineup, just let the batter hit.
Right. Yep, I would agree. You're coming to the meat of the order, nobody out. You don't want to be out number 1 at the plate just like you were the last time. And it is 2 balls and 2 strikes against Elliot Reeson, the center fielder. He flew out to right field his first time up back in inning number 1. Here's the pitch. Inside, a chopper back up the middle. Zickman will go to second for 1. And, wow! Well, a triple play for Central City. A triple play. A 4-6-3-2 triple play for Central City to end the side. Are you kidding me? Now we've seen it all. Now we have seen it all.
That was phenomenal right there.
Unbelievable.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen a triple play.
I can't even believe what just happened. That might be one of the best plays I've seen in this stadium. Let's kind of break down what happened. Elliot Reeson hits a chopper over the head of Peters. Parker Zickman flips it to second to force out Luke Gunther for 1. Throws it to first to throw out Elliot Reeson at first, and then Coulter Luders throws it to Oliver Herman at home, forcing out Isaac Gunther, who tried to go second to home on the play for out number 3. Mason Tells, otherwise known as Snodgrass's run, did count for West Point, but that was a momentum inning potentially for West Point. You get a run, and then next thing you know, you blink, and the inning's over.
Yeah, that is probably the momentum shift for Central City needed.
I mean, you give up a run, but you still now hold a 2-run lead when who knows what could have happened. There would have only just been 1 out, or there would have been 2 outs with a runner at third.
Yeah.
Now you're back in the batter's box. That was absolutely crazy. So Snodgrass scored from third in that situation. Isaac Gunther got thrown out at home. Luke Gunther got forced out at second, and Elliot Reeson in the 6-4-3 double play was out at first. I think Central City was wondering if the run did count, which, the run definitely does count because
he got home before the third out was there.
Yeah,
so
the only reason there was even a play at home was because he got home, and there's a line out to the first baseman Luders, who steps on the bag himself for out number 1 for West Point. But man, that might be one to for everyone out there on YouTube to go back and watch over and over and over and over again. A triple play, something you just don't see very often at all levels. I mean, MLB, college, high school seniors, but here we are. These are high school sophomores and freshmen who just pulled off a triple play in a 4-6-3-2 triple play.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
The best part was it wasn't like a Little League triple play, balls kicked or anything.
Yeah,
that was a real triple play.
That was just executed well. Yeah, there weren't any like, oh, well, it just got lucky.
Yeah.
That was just executed perfectly.
That's heads-up baseball.
And it was heads up for the Central City defense of going after the West Point aggressive base running. Nice play from third and a better pick by Luders at first. And there's 2 up, 2 down here for Central City.
Peters rounds out to the third baseman for the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the left fielder, number 6, Caden Warner.
So Peters grounds out to the third baseman. And a pitch is low. And here is Caden Warner. He was hit by a pitch and scored one of the 3 runs for Central City in inning number 2. And that one almost hit him as well, inside pitch. How did Herman get out in inning number 2, Matt? I didn't write it down, unfortunately.
Correct.
I don't know why I didn't.
Herman?
Yeah. He struck out. Okay, so he struck out twice.
Oh, no. That last inning?
Yeah, in inning number 2. I don't remember. And now West Point is having a meeting on the mound as it's a 3-0 count into Caden Warner. I just do not remember. Do you remember, Jonas?
No, I can't think of it.
Correct.
He grounded in fielder's choice. Which McCall got out at third.
Oh, right. Yes.
Which McCall did get out of.
Yes, Oliver Herman hit it over to third, and that is where Martin Gonzalez got forced out at third to end the second inning. So here we are, bottom of the third. Central City leads 3-1, and standing in the batter's box is left fielder Caden Warner. And we might have some new stuff going on for the Bombers of West Point. New pitcher, new details, everything coming your way on BSDN Live. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day... Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live. Austin McNorton, Jonas Mears Richmond here with you for the bottom of the third. Central City leads the Bombers of West Point 3-1. And it's a walk drawn by Caden Mourner with 2 outs. Central City has a base runner. On new pitcher out there on the mound for the Bombers of West Point, Buck Steffen is out on the mound. Bryce Popkin goes to third, and Anderson goes out to left for the team in white and black. Over at first now is Mourner. On a pitch inside to Logan Vakiner. He's looking for his first official at-bat in the scorebook as he walked and scored a run for Central City in that 3-run second inning where they had 2 hits, a walk, and 3 runs and left 2 on. But thanks, everyone, for tuning in on BSDN Live. And it looks like a lot of you have gone back, and I don't blame you, to look at that triple play. Everyone's talking about it, kind of going, wow, wow, wow. It's just, yeah, that's understandable. This one's away from Tell, one of the few times that Mason Tell has had a ball go under him, and now Caden Mourner's in a scoring position with 2 outs. And thanks to everyone for commenting and where you're watching from and all those kind of good details. We had another shout out as Amber Haynes says, shout out to Martin Gonzalez. Amber loves you. And let's go green. This has been a special game here in the Class B Junior State Tournament between these 2 undefeated squads. I mean, it's had a little bit of everything. That was a strike, and oh no, Matt, he threw his bat.
Yeah, 3-1 though.
Yeah, it's only a 3-1. True. If that was strike number 2, this would be strike 3 looking. I mean, it could be 4 feet off the plate. Here's now it's 3-2 on Logan Vakiner for Central City, and we'll go ahead and find a look at Buck Steffen's numbers on the mound here if this inning continues. Here's the full count pitch, and it's out. So there it is. Oh my gosh, I called it every single time. It is strike 3 every single time. And that ends the inning. Central City leads it 3-1 on BSD Live. We'll be right back after this. Just never fails. Unbelievable.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com. Austin McNorton, Jonas Mears Richmond back here with you from Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live as we go to the top of the fourth. Central City leads the Bombers of West Point 3-1, each team with 3 hits, but Central City has made some special plays defensively, specifically a 6-4-3-2 triple play that ended the top of the third inning where Central City had 3 hits, no walks, 1 run, and nobody left on. And the lights are officially on here at the field now in Valley, and it's a 2-1 count into the 4-5-6 batters here for the Bombers. That brings Colby Anderson into the batter's box. He's 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout that ended the top of the first inning. And, he didn't flip the bat, but he started running down to first. And right now, Jonas, it seems like a pretty wide strike zone. As a batter, how do you have to adjust? And there's a strikeout on Colby Anderson, his second. How do you adjust saying you're not getting those calls on the corners as a batter right now?
If you're not getting anything cornered, don't be afraid to step up a little bit into the box and then get rid of that power swing. Just get rid of it at that point. Just throw your hands at it. Then these guys are throwing a little 75, 80 miles an hour, and then put the ball in play.
There's a pitch outside and a strike. Colvin Peters still out there for Central City as he's given up 5 hit, no, that's not right. Or is it right? Yeah. This is a slow roller over to third. Vakiner's there, fires it to first in time for out number 2. West Point had 2 hits in the second inning and 3 hits in the third inning for 5 total. But there's 2 up, 2 down here in the fourth inning for batter number 6, Buck Steffen. He's 1 for 1 with a single in the second inning, and he was left stranded at third. Pitch inside. A beautiful night here in Valley, and the fans have definitely showed out because of it. Central City again brings a great crowd. West Point, a really great crowd, and both of them have definitely been into it. What's it like to play as this one gets under Herman and Buck Steffen draws a walk? Jonas, what's it like to kind of play? I mean, state tournament, obviously, you're going to get the biggest fan support, but what's kind of the adrenaline like when you're playing in front of crowds like this and, honestly, 2 communities that are really into these boys?
It is definitely a lot higher than usual. In the beginning of the game, your nerves are going to be high, your mindset's going to be way different, but later on as the game goes on, you're gonna calm down, and then you're just going to be able to play the game and then have a feel for the rhythm.
So a runner at first with 2 outs here for West Point as Snodgrass runs over there once again for the pitcher Buck Steffen, who came in relief in the last inning for West Point. And Mav Smith stands at the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out over to first. And he's behind in the count 0-2 here. Pickoff play back to first. Honestly, a little bit closer than I think Snodgrass was expecting. And let's take a look at where in the world. Yeah, there's the batting numbers for Mav Smith this summer. He has a 0.088 batting average, a 235 on base percentage, 5 hits, 4 singles, and 5 RBIs for him this summer. And the Central City team, or this West Point team, pretty young. A lot of them played in the JV squad for Guardian Angels Central Catholic West Point Beamer, and there is strike 3 called on Mav Smith for out number 3. No hits, 1 walk, no runs, and 1 left on for the Bombers. They trail 3-1 going to the bottom of the 4th when we come back on BSDN Live.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
Austin McNorton, Jonas Mears, Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live in the bottom of the 4th from Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field with the lights on, a great crowd, great weather for a great game. And Coulter Looters on the first pitch of the at-bat. Skies one to deep left. It's a home run. Coulter Looters, it just kept going. Coulter has the first home run of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. Everyone comes out of the dugout, wave goodbye to that baseball, and Central City leads 4-1. And Jonas, you said it right off the bat. That had a chance.
Yeah, definitely. He was a little upset from that last at-bat, and he had to capitalize on something this one, so he did his job.
Yeah, the last time he was up, the bases were loaded, and he popped up in foul territory to the third baseman, so definitely made up for it there with one pitch.
Yeah.
And sends it over the wall in left field, which is
330.
Yeah, 330 to left, so that's probably about 3. Oh, yeah.
It hit the top of the fence, bounced right onto the yellow and went right over. So
hit the yellow, it went over, and Central City leads. Hit hard over to third, tough play for Popkin, and beating out the throw is Parker Zickman, who's on for the second time. So 1 on and nobody out.
Zickman with an infield single that'll now bring off the shortstop. Number 3, Martin Gonzalez.
So Zickman, he's had 2 hard hit balls over to third. One he reached on an error. That time it was a single. And there's 1 on with nobody out. And once again, the bottom of the order comes through for this team in green so consistently throughout this tournament. The 7, 8, 9 guys have been sensational.
Yeah, that just shows how much depth this team has.
Scary depth, honestly, because when you're a pitcher out there on the mound, you think, all right, I got through the meat of the order, but boy, it just doesn't get any easier. This is flown out to left. Much easier play for Anderson. He makes it, and there's 1 away. So 1 on with 1 out after Coulter Looters, the first home run out of the 8 teams, and it happened in game number 11 of the tournament before we saw our first home run. And there's been a lot of far hit balls off the bottom of the fence, but it's a hard, Jonas, it's a hard park to get home runs in, and
it definitely is. If the wind's not blowing out,
yes,
balls are not flying at all.
And that's the thing that's been so interesting about this tournament. I mean, there's been no wind in any of the 3 days.
Yeah.
None at all.
Very surprised. Wind's usually either blowing really hard in or really hard out.
There hasn't been any at all, but Coulter Luters, it doesn't matter as he sends it 300 and, as Jonas says, 331 feet as it literally hit the top of the fence and rolled over for the home run. And this is low in the dirt. Good catch by Tell to keep it in front on the leadoff man, Quinn Jensen. He's 1 for 2 with a single and left stranded at first in inning number 2. It was an RBI single at that point. Decent lead over at first, and it's fouled off behind the plate. And we've seen Tell. He's already thrown out a guy trying to steal second once, so he's not an easy guy to get over into scoring position against.
No.
But it's 5 hits now for Central City. They've just capitalized a little bit more on some opportunities, whereas West Point has had some gambles base running that haven't paid off. They've gotten thrown out at home twice, once on a wild pitch and once on a triple play. 3 balls and 1 strike here, and this is popped up into center. Reeson comes under it, makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Parker Zickman still stands over at first for Central City after his single.
Jensen flies out to the center fielder for the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the catcher, number 7, Oliver Herman.
And how true is it, Jonas? Because they always say your third time through the order is where you've got the pitcher dialed in. Now, this is their third time through the order. However, it is against a new pitcher, Buck Steffen, as this is sent into left field down in front of Anderson. And that's a big at-bat right there because now it brings arguably the best hitter in the tournament in Connor Erickson into the batter's box with an opportunity to drive in another Central City run.
Yeah.
That is the 3rd hit of the inning for Central City. Parker Zickman advances to second. Oliver Herman stands at first. Still 2 outs, but this is a tough guy to get out number 3 on in Connor Erickson. He is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out to first, and he was the one that Mason Tell threw out trying to steal second. That ended the first inning. Here's the pitch. He got under it, sends it to pretty deep left. Anderson is there, though, as he may have just missed a home run. He just got under it enough, and Anderson is there for out number 3. So it's 3 hits, no walks, 1 run, and 2 left on as we go to the 5th. Central City leads 4-1 right here on BSDN Live. Don't go anywhere. Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Number 17, Ryder Anderson Ray.
Austin McNorton, Jonas Mears Richmond back here with you with the lights on from Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field. Central City leads West Point 4-1 as we go to the top of the 5th, and due up for the Bombers are their 8-9-1 hitters. And that brings Ryder Anderson Ray into the batter's box. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout that ended the top of the second inning. And he has 1 ball and 1 strike against him here. Against Colbin Peters, still out there on the mound for Central City, working with a 3-run lead instead of a 2-run lead, thanks to the home run from Coulter Looters. We were talking about movies during the break. What's your favorite movie, Jonas?
My favorite movie is probably either The Sandlot or Baby Driver.
Of course, yeah. Baby Driver, all right. As this is hit out into the right center field gap, Erickson read it the whole way for out number 1. I have a dumb first movie.
What is it?
Happy Gilmore.
That's a good one.
It's always been my favorite. I don't know why. I mean, it's just a stupid Adam Sandler movie, but it's just always been my favorite since I was a kid. But if I was like, legitimate films, like Django Unchained is probably up there, Shawshank Redemption, those two, A Few Good Men. We're probably looking at those 3 being up there. As if it's on TV, I'm watching it. But for me, Happy Gilmore's just always been my number 1. It's just so good.
Favorite's just got to be a movie you can rewatch.
Yeah, exactly. No matter what it is, you rewatch it.
Yeah. Sandlot, I watch every single 4th of July.
I did too. Yeah, so do I. Yep. That has one of the greatest, 4th of July movie scenes there is.
Yeah.
Playing night baseball. The 2-1 is low in the dirt. Everyone out there who's watching the YouTube stream, what's your favorite movie? Leave it in the chat. This is hit hard over to short. Gonzalez is there, fires it over to first in time. And Mason Tell, rarely, he goes down.
To the shortstop for the second out of the inning. That brings us back to the top of the order with the shortstop, number 2, Isaac Gunther.
And there's 2 away. As we go to the top of the order, Isaac Gunther steps back up after the 6-3 ground out. But let us know what your favorite movie is. Tyler Gall says, let's go Caden. Caden Warner of Central City. Also, Kerry Collingham says, let's go Coulter Looters after his home run, as this is a base hit into center field. And the top of the order for the Bombers once again coming through as Isaac Gunther has his second hit of the night. So there's 1 on with 2 outs after hit number 5 for the Bombers of West Point. Let us know, everyone out there tuning in, wherever you might be tuning in from. What's your favorite movie? Sandlot is definitely probably a favorite amongst this baseball fans, as now head coach Schlecht wants to talk to the home plate umpire. But a great night. The other conversation that we were having today on BSDN Live was ESPN released their list of top 25 players in the 21st century.
Oh, I saw that on Instagram.
So who would be your number 1 in that list? Your dad and I were in agreement immediately.
My number 1 is Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds, okay. He was number 6. Now, your dad and I, we were debating, is he really 21st century? But he technically was, because he had 4 consecutive MVPs in 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it was at the literal very beginning of the 21st century. But yes, still counts. He doesn't immediately come to mind, though, when you think of 21st century. But yes, that's probably a really good answer. But your dad and I said Mike Trout was number 1.
Yeah, that's definitely up there. But
they had Albert Pujols number 1 on the ESPN list.
Really?
Yeah.
That's okay.
But your dad, he ended that because he said, when you think about it, Albert Pujols, he wanted to go play with Trout at the end of his career.
Yeah.
So, that was the kind of well, all right, yeah, if that tells you how Mike Trout kind of proved him and I right. But after a conversation between the umpires and head coach Schlecht, we play on with Luke Gunther in the batter's box. He's 1 for 1 tonight with a single. He was hit by a pitch, and he stands on now with his brother at first and 2 outs. I don't know which one's older. This one gets away, but not far from Herman, and he throws a laser down to second. But it's in and out of the glove of Gonzalez covering the bag. It didn't get super far away from Herman, and he threw a strike, but it just bounced at the last second. And so Isaac's in there safely in scoring position now. So a stolen base for Isaac. Luke now trying to drive him in. A chopper to third goes foul, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. American Sniper was the first one. That's a great. Have you ever seen that movie with Bradley Cooper? That's a good movie. That was a comment in the chat. Tyler says Deadpool and Suicide Squad. What a
lineup.
What a lineup that is. Goodness. Oh, and Isaac is the older brother of the Gunthers, so thanks for that. So Isaac's at second, older brother. Luke's at first, younger brother after the walk.
That's funny. The older one's number 2.
Yeah, I know. That's why I assumed that Luke was the older one based on the numbers. Because, Isaac's the older brother. He wears number 2. Luke's the younger brother. He wears number 1. So that's kind of cool. So the 2 leadoff guys get on for West Point in the top of the order, and that brings up Elliot Reese, and he's due today in the batter's box, and he's due in the last couple of games. He was spectacular for West Point on the mound last night, throwing a complete scoreless game. However, he went 0 for 4 in the batter's box, and he's 0 for 2 tonight. So Elliot's definitely due for the Bombers, and he has an opportunity now with 2 on and 2 outs. This season, Elliot Reese in the batter's box, a .368 average, a .507 on base percentage. This is hit hard back up the middle. Good play by Zickman, who flips it to second for out number 3. Parker Zickman, too good over there at second. Doesn't let anything go by him for out number 3. So it's 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs, and 2 left on for the Bombers as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Central City leads 4-1 on BSDN Live, and we'll be right back after this.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Austin McNorton and Jonas Mears Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live in the bottom of the 5th. Central City leads 4-1, and due up for the team in green are the 4, 5, 6 hitters, and that brings Colbin Peters into the batter's box. The pitcher tonight, he's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored back in their 3-run second inning. And then they had this solo home run in inning number 4 that's given them the 4-1 lead that you see currently on your screen now. Pitch high and inside on Buck Steffen, who's out there on the mound for West Point, and a 2-0 count on Peters. But yeah, looking at Buck Steffen, we were about to look at his pitching numbers for West Point, but then the inning was over and we didn't really get a chance to do so. And well, this will give us a perfect opportunity to now, as they'll have a meeting out on the mound. So looking at Buck Steffen's pitching numbers, hasn't pitched a lot this summer for the Bombers, and now he's coming out. But we'll talk about it anyway. A 5 2/3 innings pitched. He's only pitched in 3 games this summer coming into tonight. He's given up 2 earned runs, 8 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a 2.47 ERA. So we'll have a new pitcher for the Bombers when we come back in the bottom of the 5th. We'll get all the details you need. Don't go anywhere on BSDN Live. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical, one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient.
Austin McNorton and Jonas Mears Richmond back here with you in the bottom of the 5th. Central City leads West Point 4-1. It's still out in the batter's box, Colbin Peters for Central City. However, he's now facing a new pitcher in Luke Gunther out there. So Luke comes in to pitch and skips one in on Mason Tell. Anderson goes to second, and Buck Steffen goes back out to left. So 3 different pitchers now for the Bombers. Just, if nothing else, trying to show the Central City team something different, wouldn't you say, Jonas?
Yeah, and then but at the same time they're trying to save arms. Just like if they
Right.
do win this game, then they'll have some backup. But
A chopper is hit over to third, and it gets through the hole on the left side. So a good job by Colbin to just put it in the one place to where Popkin and Gunther couldn't get to it. And it's a leadoff base hit for Central City. Back-to-back leadoff hits, as they had a home run in the last inning and now a single in inning number 5.
Peters with the base hit to left. Curtis Jordan over at first. Number 9, Angelo Pozzi.
So 7 hits now tonight for Central City
Left fielder, number 6,
as they lead
Caden
4-1. And it's Caden Warner stepping back up, looking for his first official at-bat in the scorebook, as he was hit by a pitch and scored a run in inning number 2, and he walked and was left stranded at second in inning number 3. He has a runner at first with nobody out, and looks at a strike called. Or no, that wasn't right. That's right. The corner is in as Popkin is standing on the grass off to the left of your screen. He's sitting right behind. Look at this. Look at this. Look at where Popkin is standing. He's standing in the one place nobody can see him. He's the invisible man there on your screen behind the behind the pole for the netting. I was like, did he disappear? Nope, he's just standing in the one spot no one can see him. And this is hit through the hole on the left side. Back-to-back singles for Central City here in the bottom of the 5th. And they're not messing around here against the new pitcher for the Bombers.
The third baseman, number 25, Logan Vakiner.
Logan Vakiner steps up now. He's 0 for 1 with the looking strikeout in inning number 3 and a walk and a run scored in inning number 2. Now he steps on with 2 on and nobody out. 8 hits now for Central City. No matter who's thrown against them, they've been effective. Bunt shown, he missed it. Strike is called. As coming in from first was Smith. So in this situation, Jonas, is West Point looking to maybe get a force out at third?
Honestly, if I'm West Point, I'm not really worried about trying to get the force out at third. I'm just trying to get out of this inning, you know. If it comes to me at third, if it's hard, step on the bag and then throw it to second if you're able to. But most certainly try to get that out.
We've said it a lot in this broadcast and it's definitely been the case against these really talented lineups for all the teams that are here, it has certainly been the case that out number one is always the hardest to get. And why is that true, Jonas? Because, boy, it's been proven true in this tournament.
I would think that it's
hard hit ball. This skips up on Popkin, and he won't have a play anywhere, and Central City loads the bases. But continue with what you're saying, because certainly true in this inning. It's just hard to get that first out.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to stop someone from being in their groove, but with a situation like this, I mean, it's easier in a situation like this, but with runners on the corners or just on first or just on second and third, you really have to think about where you're going to throw the ball there. So
Central City, 3 straight base knocks here in inning number 5. They have the bases loaded with nobody out, and an 0-1 count into Coulter Looters, who last time he was up sent one over the left field fence for a home run. The only home run of this entire tournament. The infield is in now for the Bombers. All of them are in on the lip of the grass. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up, shallow left.
Oh,
tough play for
play.
Steffen. He dove and made the catch. Tagging from third, the throw home. He's safe. Man, a heck of an effort from Steffen. He at least got one catch, but it'll be a sacrifice fly for Coulter Looters as Colbin Peters scores from third on a play at the plate. Man, Buck Steffen, we've seen some great defense here tonight. I know these offenses are talented, but boy, their defenses are special too, Jonas.
yeah, they're throwing their bodies out there trying to make a play and do something for the pitcher here. That's what I like to see.
He literally laid out to make the diving catch right on the foul line, and tagging and scoring from third was Colbin Peters. And honestly, it was a pretty good throw from having to stand up after being on the ground.
Yeah.
It was honestly a relatively close play at the plate. But Central City leads 5-1 now with one out in the bottom of the 5th. Caden Warner stands at second. Logan Vakiner stands at first. For the man, Parker Zickman, who's been special in this tournament. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a single and reaching on an error as well. Good block from Tell that time, getting dirty, and it's 2-0. Another shout-out left in our BSDN Live chat. Shout-out to West Point from Kimball, Minnesota. Special shout-out to Grandpa Bruce, Uncle Rod, and my brother Brendan, all coaches for this West Point Bombers squad. From Kimball, Minnesota, tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in, Brady Scheffleybean. And here's the second baseman, Parker Zickman, in the batter's box, and a great hitter's count now, 3-0. Here's the pitch. He did not have the green light. I was going to ask you if he did. He did not. But now with a 3-1 count, we'll see what he's able to do. I was going to ask. I was like, does he have the green light? And then it's like, well, no.
Usually no, but sometimes they're allowed to. I know I've had a definite 3-0 cut that I've had the green light or I've just gave myself the green light.
There's strike 2. But the way Parker's been swinging the bat, I'm honestly surprised he didn't. He's been pretty hot in the 8-hole spot for Central City this tournament.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
My wife says from Council Grove, Kansas, tuning in. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Her and my 2 little girls. 3-2, fouled off. It's a 5-1 Central City lead as they've added another run. They scored 3 runs on 2 hits and a walk in inning number 2. They scored 1 run on 3 hits in inning number 4. And this is hit up into the air to left. Steffen is there, makes the catch. And Buck Steffen, a couple of nice plays out in left field for West Point. And there's 2 away.
To the left fielder for the second out of the inning.
That brings the shortstop Martin Gonzalez into the batter's box. Martin is 0 for 2 as he grounded into a fielder's choice in inning number 2. And he flew out to Steffen out in left in inning number 4. It's been 3 hits and 1 run here in this inning for Central City, just like it was in the last inning. They're looking to add on a little bit more here to their 5-1 lead. With 2 runners on and 2 outs, and now a 1-0 count to batter number 9, Martin Gonzalez, who's trying to flip the card over and get to those red-hot batters, Jensen, Herman, and Erickson. Great crowds. There's also a couple radio stations here, too. A radio guy from Central City and a radio guy from West Point, all here. So you want to talk about community support. These two teams have it, even for just their junior American Legion teams.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
That's pretty cool. Tells you how much these state tournaments mean for all these communities. Here's the 1-0. We saw Minden. They brought a great crowd. Alliance was 6 hours away, and they brought a really great crowd to this tournament over the last 3 days. Lincoln Christian, they're going to continue to bring a big crowd as they continue to win, just like they did tonight. And this is hit really hard into the gap in left center. That gets in between Steffen and Reason. 1 run will score. Rounding third, coming home is Logan Vakiner. He will score.
Great
and sliding into 3 is Martin Gonzalez, and batter number 9 at the bottom of the order comes through again for Central City.
That is heads-up base running right there.
A 2-run triple for Martin Gonzalez.
Brings back to the top of the order with the DH number 23, Quinn Jensen.
Martin Gonzalez, once again, the bottom of the order for Central City comes through as Mourner scores from second. Logan Vakiner with some heavy base runner goes first to home. And why you said it right when it was going on, Jonas, you recognized how heads-up base running that was.
Yeah, I mean, the kid never stopped his feet. He saw the ball go on the ground, and he gave himself that triple. He didn't stop his feet. He kept running. I mean, he probably could have given himself the double, but he just recognized no one's at third and saw the ball on the floor.
So Martin Gonzalez, batter number 9 in the Central City lineup, comes through with a 2 RBI triple. Here's a hard hit ball over to short. Gunther's there, fires it to first in time to end the inning. It's 4 hits, no walks, 3 runs, and 1 left on for Central City. They now lead this one 7-1 going to the 6th on BSDN Live, and we'll be right back after we thank our sponsors. Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Austin McNorton, Jonas Mears-Richmond here with you on BSDN Live as we go to the top of the 6th. Central City adds 3 more onto their lead in the bottom of the 5th as they have 4 hits, 3 runs, and 1 left on as they started with 3 singles, and then the 2 RBI triple from Martin Gonzalez gives Central City a 7-1 lead as the bottom of the order once again comes through for the team in green. And now batting for West Point is their 4, 5, 6 hitters here in the top of the 6th, and that brings Colby Anderson into the batter's box. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Taking a look at this Central City pitching staff, I don't think we've really gotten much of a chance to talk about Colbin Peters, and there's a strikeout on Colby Anderson. Colbin Peters, as far as his performance on the mound this summer, He has thrown 23 1/3 innings coming into today, appeared in 8 games, started in 4 games. He's faced 109 batters with a 3-0 record. He's only given up 10 hits all summer coming into this game. 5 earned runs. He's walked 15 and struck out 36 with a team, or not leading, but a 1.5 ERA, which, believe it or not, there's teammates that are better than that on this Central City squad. Now he gets a ground out over to short, and there's 2 away. And Jonas, as the game continues to go on, it seems like he has continued to just really lock in.
Yeah, absolutely.
He gave up 5 hits through the first 3 innings and a run, but ever since then he's only given up 3 base runners total in the 4th and 5th inning, and really hasn't had any threatening positions for West Point to score.
No, not at all. I know earlier when he first pitched, you guys talked to their coach and saying they told you guys that this isn't their ace, but he's certainly playing like an ace right now.
Yeah, absolutely right.
He's dealing.
Yeah, it's tough to really pinpoint who would be considered the ace for this team, because Colby Erickson, he's 7-0, so I guess you could probably say, I mean, he's pitched the most for Central City. He's out in center field in this game. He pitched in game number 1 for them against Lincoln Christian in their 8-0 victory. He's probably pitched the most, but I mean, all of the guys, literally all of the guys who have pitched for Central City this summer, Colby Erickson has the highest ERA at 1.75.
Highest.
That's the highest. So there's not a pitcher on this entire staff that has a higher ERA than 2. Like, that's nuts.
That is.
It's a 2-out walk from Buck Steffen and a base runner for West Point, and that brings Mav Smith, the first baseman, into the batter's box. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out to first and a looking strikeout that ended the top of the 4th inning. Pickoff play back to first. Yeah, let's look at this. At this lineup for Central City. I can pull it up here. Erickson has a 1.75 ERA, as this is hit in fair territory down into the left field corner off your screen. Coming and holding at third, it's a stand-up double for Mav Smith coming through. Buck Steffen goes up to third, and West Point trying to create something here with 2 outs. That's been the key to this tournament, Jonas. 2 outs.
Yep.
And we'll see if West Point can continue this 2-out rally now, as Oliver Herman goes out to talk to his pitcher just to settle him down and say, hey, just one more out here and we move on to go bat again. So here we go. It's batter number 8 in the Bombers lineup, Ryder Anderson Ray. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to center. But an opportunity here with 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs. First pitch cut on and missed. But like I was saying with this Central City lineup pitching staff, Oliver Herman has a 1.61 ERA. Colvin Peters has a 1.5 ERA, as this is sent into right field and it'll just go foul. Almost a big hit there for the Bombers. Let's see. Number 3, Martin Gonzalez has a 1.27 ERA. Caden Warner has a 0.87 ERA. Parker Zickman has a 1.4 ERA. And Luke McHarg, who we haven't seen in this tournament, has a 1.4 ERA. So, yeah, there's a pretty great staff in terms of arms that Central City has at their disposal. And when talking to head coach Ben Nelson before this tournament got started, one of the keys that he mentioned that was probably the difference for the Central City team compared to other years, as he said, you know, they've made it now several years in a row to the state tournament. He says the difference for this team is the depth that we have on our pitching staff, which is so important. Direct quote, we feel like we have more depth on our pitching staff this year, which is so important for these tournaments. Sent out into shallow right field, and coming on to make the catch is Brazzi for out number 3. So it's 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs, and 2 left on for the Bombers. They've left 7 on base tonight. They trail 7-1 going to the bottom of the 6th as you're tuned in to BSDN Live, and we'll be right back after we thank our sponsors. For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall. The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving, thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts!
Bottom of the 6th inning, the catcher, number 7, Oliver Herman.
Austin McNorton and Jonas Mears Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live for the bottom of the 6th. Central City leads West Point 7-1. Needing only 3 more outs to improve to 3-0 here in the state tournament after going 0-2 last year. And Oliver Herman on the first pitch pops it up on the infield. Popkin, the third baseman, looks up into the night sky for out number 1. As it's Gunther back out there for West Point. And here's Connor Erickson. For him, he's had kind of a quiet night. For anyone else, it'd be a pretty decent night. He's 1 for 3. But for him, that's not spectacular for how great of a batter he's been this summer. Again, taking a look at his numbers. These are legit. A .592 batting average, a .655 on-base percentage, 42 hits, 23 of them being singles, 13 doubles, 6 triples. He has 39 RBIs, 30 runs scored, and 14 walks. So to get him out 2 out of the 3 times is impressive.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen for him very often. What that tells you is he gets on just by getting hits more than half the time. And he gets on 2/3 out of the time. Like, just by a walker in some way or another. He has been fun to watch here the last 3 days for Central City, that's for sure. Connor's been really, really good. As this skips in. He's out in center field tonight. He was the pitcher for Central City in game number 1 against Brester Construction Lincoln Christian. He has a 3-2 count against him now with 1 out and nobody on. And he sends one up into the air in play. On the infield, Gunther makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. Those are impressive by Luke Gunther to get 2 infield pop-ups on Oliver Herman and Connor Erickson. And here's Colbin Peters. And Colbin Peters is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and 2 runs scored.
29-29.
And we'll have a meeting out on the mound, and you wonder if Gunther's night will be done out there for West Point. It might be because they were just kind of checking the pitching numbers and some of those kind of things. A 7-1 deficit. You know it's going to take a lot to come back. And, Jonas, you want to be able to save your arms for playing tomorrow against a really good Lincoln Christian team. That'll be at 4 o'clock tomorrow. If this game holds up, that's who West Point will play. and then Central City will take on ETC Mount Michael tomorrow night at 7, which the way they've been playing, that could be a really fun game. Looks like we will have a new pitcher, and we'll have all the new info you need when we come back on BSDN Live. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a Here's all the new details you need for the West Point Bombers. Now out there on the mound is number 3, Josh Snodgrass. We've called his name a couple of times on our broadcast as a courtesy runner. He's now out there to get what will be the final out for West Point. And Peters didn't mean to do it. A half swing over to first. Smith is there for out number 3. So for the first time tonight, Central City is 3 up, 3 down. As we go to the 7th, they lead 7-1 on BSDN Live, and we'll be right back after we thank our sponsors. Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Lightning Exteriors is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. At Lightning Exteriors, we offer a comprehensive range of exterior services to cater to your specific needs. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, or other exterior enhancements, our team has the expertise and experience to deliver exceptional results. We understand the unique challenges of our regions and ensure that our solutions are tailored to withstand the local climate conditions. To learn more, head over to lightning-exteriors.com. Austin McNorton, Jonas Mears Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live for the top of the 7th. Final chance for the Bombers of West Point, trailing 7-1 to Central City, as Central City tries to improve to 3-0 in this tournament and 28-0 on the summer. If everything holds right now, tomorrow afternoon, and a pinch hitting base hit for Henry Wooldrick. So the first at-bat of the state tournament for Henry Wooldrick, and he sends one back up the middle into center field. Hit number 8 tonight for the Bombers and the leadoff base runner.
Wooldrick with a base hit.
And Jonas, you love seeing that. A kid who hasn't batted once in the state tournament, and the first pitch he sees, he sends it right back up the middle. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Also makes the coach think, damn, should have had him hit a little bit more.
Well, here comes the top of the order once again for the Bombers. How about those Kansas City Royals? I know your Cubbies struggled with the Diamondbacks, but this is how it's done. 9-3, the Royals lead. Gunther, first pitch. This will get down the right field line into the corner. A base hit. This will be at least 2, a stand-up double, and 2 runners in scoring position here for West Point. And Jonas, they're not going away yet.
Do I dare say it?
Are they? What is it? What are you going to say? Yes, you do say it. Yes,
Are they going to do a Minden?
Are they going to do a Minden? It's the new thing here in Nebraska American Legion Baseball. Are they going to pull off a Minden? They're going to try their darndest to, I can promise you that. Colbin Peters is just trying to end it. He has a 6-run lead to work with, but if nothing else, West Point's trying to trim that here with a big hit from younger brother Luke, who has a 1-1 count now as that pitch is high. Luke is reached base 3 times. He's 1 for 1 with a single, a walk, and a hit by pitch. So his on-base percentage is perfect. Here's the pitch inside, and a good location there from Peters in the bottom left corner. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 on and nobody out. Thanks for tuning into our broadcast. All of our sponsors there in the bottom right corner, they're the ones who make it possible. This is a slow roller, tough play for the third baseman, Vakiner, fires it to first. Boy, nicely done to at least get 1 out there, but it's an RBI ground out for Luke Gunther. And West Point now trails 7-2.
Gunther with an RBI out for the first out of the inning. We've got time on the field.
So Isaac moves up to third. Elliot Reesom will come to the bat, and a standing ovation for Colbin Peters. His night's done. We'll give you all the new details about the Central City pitcher when we come back on BSDN Live.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at
Austin McNorton, Jonas Mears Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live for the top of the 7th. West Point trying to pull off a Minden. They need a little bit more to happen here against a new pitcher for Crete. Or not Crete, Central City. Is Parker Zickman out on the mound. The right-hander comes over from second, which means Logan Vakiner goes over to second, and Colvin Peters comes off the mound and goes over to third. Colvin tonight gave up, as this is hit, into shallow center. Tough play, and a play made by the right fielder Brazzi. Tagging from third and scoring from third is Isaac Gunther, and it's a sacrifice fly for Elliott Reason. And the Bombers have scored 2 here in the top of the 7th, but now there's nobody on and 2 outs, and the score is 7-3 in favor of Central City. So that run is charged to Colvin Peters. So his night is officially done as he gave up 9 hits, 3 walks, 3 runs, and he left 4, 5, 6, 7 batters on base. So a decent night for Colvin Peters as he went 6 complete innings. And now it's Colby Anderson in the batter's box, representing the final out for the team in red and black. Wearing the white jerseys, a chopper hit over to third. How about Colvin Peters? He gets to finish the job that he started, and Central City is 3-0 in the Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. So that is out number 3, and West Point will have to work their way out of the losers bracket as this day has trimmed the tournament to a field of 4. We'll come back, give you all the stats, all the details you need, and talk to Central City player of the game, Coulter Looters, when we come back on BSDN Live.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today. At the Athlete Factory.
And welcome back on a Monday evening to Frost Family Stadium. Chris Frank Field, Austin McNorton with you on our BSDN Live postgame show as Central City has now set a new record for their American Legion team. They are 28-0, and importantly, the only games they care about, they are 3-0 here in the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament after defeating the Bombers of West Point 7-3. So the bracket shapes up as this. Central City will now take on ETC Mount Michael tomorrow night here at 7. And the Bombers of West Point will take on Lincoln Christian back here tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. But we are talking to Central City player of the game with us now, first baseman Coulter Luders, who he went 1 for 3 tonight, but he has one thing that nobody else in this tournament has, a home run. Coulter, first of all, congrats on the win. 3-0. Are you guys playing your best baseball right now?
Oh, yeah. I think throughout districts and the season, we have just been preparing for this. And I think ultimately that we have been playing our best baseball in the state tournament, yes.
Before we get to your home run, another great performance by a starting pitcher. We've seen Oliver Herman, Connor Erickson, and now Colvin Peters. Boy, they've all been special out there.
Yeah, I think we have a great pitching staff, and they work every day to get better and better, and they just are consistent and throw strikes.
Well, let's go to you in the at-bat. So the last time you were up in the second inning, the bases were loaded, and you popped out in foul territory to the third baseman. So what was kind of your mentality in your next at-bat in inning number 4 then?
Make contact, get a hit.
So what did you see on the pitch, and take me through that at-bat that you sent over the left field wall?
Well, I saw that he was throwing first pitch fastballs the whole game, so I was waiting on one, and I got one right down the middle, and I just took it.
What's kind of the celebration like? What's your teammates saying to you after you're the only guy who's hit a home run here in this tournament so far?
Yeah, well, during districts I was pretty cold. I was the 4-hitter and then got moved down. So I just think I've been putting a lot of work in the cage and fixed all the problems I needed to fix, and it's showing on the field.
Take us through your defense, because that's been another aspect of your team's success here so far. It just seems like you guys haven't made a lot of mistakes, and probably the highlight of the tournament, I know you had the home run, but you guys had a triple play tonight. I mean, there's something that never happens at all levels. You guys pulled it off. Just how in sync are you guys on that side of the ball as well?
I mean, we're very tight, not just as a team, but as a family, and I think that really shows because we work on defense a lot. Our hitting's great, but we work on defense a lot in practice, and I think it just shows there.
And then talk about the fan support. You guys have had it here for the first 3 days. It feels like each game the crowd keeps getting bigger. They keep getting louder. How much do you guys feed off of those people in green now over here to our left?
It's great to have a lot of people here to watch us. I mean, it's just they really love our team, and it's very compact in Central City, so I think that's it. It's nice.
Well, we'll see you back here tomorrow night. What's kind of the preparation? Because you're facing off against a Mount Michael squad who's worked their way through the losers bracket, and in the last 2 games, they've scored 24 runs. So a hot lineup right now. What's kind of your approach going into tomorrow now?
Play tough D, throw a lot of strikes.
You guys have certainly done a lot of that. You get a win, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Coulter. That's Coulter Luders with us. He had the home run tonight. He's got the win once again for Central City, a record win for this program. They're now 28-0, and boy, the fan support is behind them for sure. Let's go ahead and look at your final stats. First, for the Bombers of West Point, they're not done yet. They'll now go to the bottom of the bracket to take on Brester Construction tomorrow afternoon at 4. They had 9 hits tonight, 3 walks, 3 runs, but they left 7 batters on base, as Central City's defense was just special and able to get out of jams when batters were on base. Kind of going through the lineup, Isaac Gunther was 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a double and a run scored. Luke was 1 for 2 with a single. Elliot Reeson had a sacrifice RBI. Bryce Popkin went 1 for 3 with a single. Buck Steffen went 1 for 1 with a single and 2 walks. Mav Smith had a double. And then Mason Tell, he went 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. And Henry Wooldrick, in his pinch hit, He went 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. So that's a look at the West Point Bombers squad. Looking at things for Central City, they went 1 for 4 with a single. Did Quinn Jensen. Oliver Herman went 1 for 4 with a single. Connor Erickson went 1 for 4 with a single. Colvin Peters, he went 2 for 4 with 2 singles and 2 runs scored. Caden Warner went 1 for 1 with a single, a run scored, a hit batter, and a run scored, and a walk. Logan Vakiner went 1 for 1 with a run scored, a walk, and a run scored. Coulter Luters had the home run. Parker Zigman went 1 for 3 with a single, and Martin Gonzalez went 1 for 3 with a triple. They had 10 hits, 2 walks, 7 runs, and they left 6 batters on base. Central City is 28-0 as they continue to stay undefeated in this Class B Junior State Tournament. West Point falls to 17-7 on the summer. They'll be back here tomorrow afternoon at 4. So that ends our broadcast day from Valley, Nebraska. We'll be back here tomorrow. Game number 1 of 2 games tomorrow as the West Point Bombers take on Brester Construction Lincoln Christian here at Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field at 4 o'clock. So, thanks so much to Matt Richmond, Cam Weiss, Jonas Mears Richmond. We got a chance to talk to several players today for Central City. Thanks so much there to Coulter Luters for ETC Mount Michael. We got a chance to talk to, who did we talk to today? Ben Alessandro, thanks so much to him. And for Brester Construction, we got a chance to talk to, it was Grant DeHaan. So thanks so much to those 3 players of the game. We appreciate all of them. Matt Richmond, Jonas Mears Richmond, Cam Weiss, for Austin McNorton saying so long from Valley, Nebraska. We'll see you back here tomorrow as the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State continues on BSDN Live.